to it and shoot for the sky.
Not all wrestlers start off as a wrestler. Sometimes it takes a while to find wrestling as a possible career path. Some wrestlers started out playing football and made the transition over to wrestling. So in today's list, we take a look at 10 WWE wrestlers who played in the NFL. Number 1, Ron Simmons. Ron Simmons played college football, and in 1981 was drafted to the Cleveland Browns. However, he was released before the start of the 1981 NFL season. He would go on to play in less popular football promotions like the CFL and USFL. He'd retire from football altogether in 1985 and would make his transition to wrestling in WCW in 1986, where he became a world champion. He'd eventually find his way to WWE and become part of factions like the Nation of Domination and the Ministry of Darkness. He's most noticeably remembered in WWE for his role in the tag team alongside JBL, called the APA, and held the WWE Tag Team Championships with JBL on 3 different occasions. He retired from wrestling officially in 2012 and joined the WWE Hall of Fame in 2012 as well. Number 2, Goldberg. Before he was a WCW legend and former multi-time wrestling world champion, Goldberg had tried his hand in the NFL. He played for the Los Angeles Rams from 1990 to 1991. Although he was mainly used during off-season or as a practice squad member, he then played for the Atlanta Falcons from 1992 to 1994, being the longest time he spent on a single NFL football team. He finally ended his football career on the Carolina Panthers in 1995, but used as a practice squad member or during the off-season. He really only played 14 actual games. And even though his NFL career is more forgettable than anything, he would transition to wrestling in WCW in 1997, and since then has become world champion in companies like WCW and WWE, and became a wrestling legend. So much so that he became a WWE Hall of Famer in 2018. It's rumored he will have his official last match in WWE in the summer of 2025. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Number 3, Roman Reigns. You may know Roman Reigns as one of the greatest wrestlers in history. A WrestleMania main eventer, a former world champion, and the tribal chief of WWE. He even held the longest world title reign in WWE of the past 20-plus years, as he was WWE Universal Champion for 1,316 days. But before he gained all that wrestling success and becoming a future WWE Hall of Famer, he had a small stint in the NFL. He played for the Minnesota Vikings and Jacksonville Jaguars in 2007, but as an off-season and practice squad member. His football career was cut short due to being diagnosed with leukemia. After retiring from football, he'd follow his family's footsteps by entering the world of professional wrestling in 2010. And ever since 2010, he's been a member of WWE. From being in the iconic faction The Shield with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, to breaking out on his own and becoming the top name of WWE today, it goes without question that Roman Reigns found his place as a WWE superstar, and that his NFL career can't even compare to his historic wrestling career that many can only dream if having. Number 4, Vader. Vader to fans is known for his wrestling career, ranging from legendary matches in Japan and WCW. And although his WWE career didn't see any championship wins, and very little classic moments or matches that are talked about today, it was his wrestling career outside of WWE that is remembered the most. But before wrestling, Vader looked to try his hand in the NFL. He was drafted to the Los Angeles Rams in 1978. But during his second season, he spent that time on the injured reserve list and didn't play a single down or gain a single statistic. He was forced to retire from football due to knee problems and a ruptured patella. He then turned to wrestling as a career in 1985 and wrestled until 2017 before officially retired. He would pass away in 2018, but he'd win multiple titles outside of WWE, including 3 WCW World Heavyweight Championships. He'd be remembered and immortalized in 2022 when he was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Number 5. Brian Pillman. You may remember Brian Pillman for his time in WCW as part of the Hollywood Blondes with Steve Austin, and as part of WWE in the faction The Hart Foundation. But it's possible you may not remember his time in the NFL. In 1984, he was drafted to his hometown football team, the Cincinnati Bengals. His biggest NFL highlight or achievement was in 1984, when he won the Ed Block Courage Award, which is an award that every team votes a teammate to win for their role model mentality of inspiration, sportsmanship, and courage. He'd end his time in the NFL on the Buffalo Bills as an off-season and practice squad member. By 1986, he'd retire from football and debut in professional wrestling. He wrestled all the way up to his death. He was scheduled to wrestle Dude Love at the In Your House 18 Bad Blood pay-per-view event in 1997, but died the same day as the event. WWE would announce this on air that evening. He may not have had an all that memorable WWE career, but if you add his time in WWE with his WCW and short ECW career, alongside his times in other promotions, it makes up for a pretty decent career that was just cut too short. His legacy lives on through his son Brian Pillman Jr., who wrestles as Lexus King on WWE's NXT brand, as of today in May 2025. Number 6. Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is without a doubt a once-in-a-lifetime athlete. He's won Royal Rumble matches, King of the Ring tournaments, Money in the Bank ladder matches, and is a former multi-time WWE World Champion. But outside of WWE, he's been a UFC heavyweight champion, he's won NCAA titles, and he's also tried his hand in the NFL in 2004. But his NFL career is probably his least successful career, as he was only part of the Minnesota Vikings. He played a few preseason games but was mainly used as an off-season and practice squad member. Brock would then return to wrestling in Japan in 2005 and even winning the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. But he made his way back to WWE in 2012 and has been a superstar there since. But as of 2024, Brock has been absent from WWE, as his involvement in the Vince McMahon scandal and lawsuit that is currently being figured out. Brock, despite his involvement in the Vince McMahon drama, in a Hall of Fame-worthy athlete, and his victories and accomplishments can't be ignored. He is possibly one of maybe very few who went into football after wrestling, instead of coming from football to wrestling. But even if his football career was a failure, he still deserves credit for giving that dream a chance. Number 7. Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is known as one of the safest wrestlers you could ever get in the ring with. He's had WWE success, such as WWE United States titles and NXT Tag Team titles, along with King of the Ring tournaments and Money in the Bank contract wins. But the former WWE mid-card star didn't become a WWE star by design. He instead began his sports career in the NFL, playing on teams such as the Indianapolis Colts and Arizona Cardinals. But he was only used during the off-season and as a practice squad member. His football career ended in 2011, and his wrestling career began in 2012 on the WWE NXT brand. His 12-year tenure with WWE would come to an end in late 2024, and as of this writing in May 2025, he remains a professional wrestler on the independent circuit under the name Bishop Dyer. Number 8. Lex Luger. The now WWE Hall of Famer, as of April 2025, once had football career aspirations. He began his football career in the late 70s, but didn't make it to the NFL main roster until 1982, where he played on the Green Bay Packers for a year. But during his Green Bay Packers time, he never played a game, and isn't even listed on the all-time roster, although he did spend all of the 1982 sessions on the Packers' injured reserve list. The rest of his football career was spent in the lesser-known USFL brand, before retiring from football altogether in 1984. He then transitioned to wrestling. In 1995, wrestling for companies such as NWA, WCW, and WWE, alongside a few appearances in other wrestling promotions. He officially retired from wrestling in 2006. And in April 2025, he was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Number 9, Mojo Rawley. Mojo didn't have the best wrestling career, and his football career was even worse. He played for the Green Bay Packers in 2009, but only played in the preseason and was gone from the Packers before the year was up. He then in 2010 was signed to the Arizona Cardinals, but due to a calf injury was placed on the injured reserve list and later released. He then made his professional wrestling and WWE debut in 2012. In WWE, he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal in 2017 and is a former 24/7 champion. But he didn't do much to stand out or be remembered for. He was released from WWE in 2021, and since then his wrestling career seems to be over for now. Number 10, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Before winning the first ever Royal Rumble match and becoming a fan favorite mid-card wrestler at best, Duggan played for the Atlanta Falcons in the NFL in the late 70s. But his football career came to an end after an injury forced him away from the field. But right after his football career was over, he quickly transitioned to the world of professional wrestling. Sure, his WWE career was all that exciting, but he did have a good career overall in WWE and outside of WWE as well. And Duggan did find his place in the WWE Hall of Fame in 2011, so it wasn't a total failure or bust. It's fair to say, though, that his wrestling career was a much better success than his short NFL football career was. And that was our list. Can you think of any other wrestlers who played in the NFL? Let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to follow Ring Post Daily Podcast on YouTube and Facebook. Until next time, happy wrestling, everybody.